Hey guys, I wanted to make a video talking about a few things that you can do if you're dealing with anger or depression or really intense emotions in the early stages of benzo withdrawal. Um, I know how hard it can be. I've been there. I know that dealing with anger sucks early on. It sucks so bad. I just had intense rage at times where, I could fly into a rage over dropping an ice cube on the floor or something that seems so trivial. Our emotional state is so exaggerated in those early days, and you really got to cut yourself some slack and realize that it's not normal. It's your brain trying to heal, it's your brain trying to re-regulate, and things are just going to be off for a while. And it's going to suck for a while. It's going to be absolutely crappy dealing with intense emotions as they come up because you're not used to feeling them, first of all. Secondly, you're not used to feeling it at such an intense level where it seems like it's going to absolutely drive you crazy and you can't even process what's going on because you're in such a state of anger and you're in such a state of rage or you're in such a state of anxiety or fear. But just cut yourself some slack for right now. But one of the first things I did was I learned to pause before reacting. So when something would trigger me or something would set me off, I learned to just stop. I learned to stop and count to 3, take a deep breath, and then respond to whatever it is going on in my world, whatever it is that triggered me. And like I said, sometimes it would just be the seemingly smallest thing, or I would interpret somebody's words incorrectly. They didn't mean it that way, but that's how I interpreted it. The other thing that I did, aside from pausing before I responded, was exercising. And I know that's tough for people. Some people can't exercise. Some people really have trouble going to the gym or lifting weight or running or doing something like that. So I did start lifting weights right away. And that's just something that I decided for me I wanted to do. I don't know that it was always a great idea because sometimes it did seem to set off my nervous system and make me more symptomatic. But I also did a lot of light cardio. Like I went for a lot of walks almost every night, every day. I would put in my earbuds and I would just walk around the neighborhood. And at the beginning, I couldn't walk far. It was maybe a quarter mile, maybe a half mile. And then I would gradually build up to where I could walk a mile and a half, maybe 2 miles. And that's something that I just found really, really helped me. It helped clear my head. It helped calm my nervous system. And I would do breathing exercises as I was walking. So I would take an inhale for every 4 steps, hold my breath, exhale for the next 4 steps, and then I would just keep repeating. Inhale for 4 steps, hold for 2 steps, exhale for 4 steps. And this breathing and walking really helped me out, especially when I was depressed, because I would fall into these kind of like deep depressions that would last for a few days. And I found that if I sat there, which it was hard to sit there anyway because I had akathisia, I think that's how you say it, really bad. I couldn't sit around. My nervous system was so jumpy, so I found it really difficult to just sit on the couch. So I was pretty much always up doing something. So walking really helped alleviate the depression and the anxiety, and I found that to be very helpful. And the last thing I want to share is that I went for a lot of long car rides. I know not everybody has a car, and I know not everybody can drive in the early stages of withdrawal because it's just too difficult. But for me, I actually couldn't drive the first 2 weeks. My mind was so messed up. I actually remember driving around in this town that I had lived in for the past 10 years, and I couldn't even remember how to get around to some simple areas. It's like my mental map of this town completely just dissolved. But anyway, I found driving to be very, very helpful too. And I would listen to podcasts or listen to music, and I would just go on these long drives. And, I just didn't know what else to do. And really, there is nothing else to do except sometimes just get through it in the best way you can. And going for a drive or going for a long walk or going to the gym is a much better way of dealing with adversity in the early stages of benzo withdrawal than doing something destructive or hurting yourself or going back and taking more benzos, for God's sakes. So I say whatever helps. Long car rides, long walks, go to the gym, anything that you're doing in a positive direction and you're putting your energy into something positive is going to benefit you. Even if it's just getting through that next moment, that next day, that next evening, or that next afternoon, just taking these small steps, pause before you react, go for a walk, do some light exercise if you can, or go to the gym and lift some weights if you're able to. All these things are going to help your brain, your body, and your spirit to revitalize and to heal. And it's just going to take time, and it's going to take repetition, and it's going to take dedication. And now you're trying to establish healthy habits. So I hope this helped. If you guys have any more ideas, leave me a comment and just keep going. I know it sucks, but just keep going. You're going to get better. I love you.